So you're wanting to set up Immich on your Ubuntu server. Well, I've got you covered. So there's just going to be a couple commands that we're going to run, and a couple of it's just going to make some directories and actually get Immich installed, and then we'll walk through the setup process. So the first command we're going to run is sudo make the directory, and go ahead and pick a location on your drive that you want the actual Docker container of Immich to run on. So I'm going to choose Docker Immich. Whoops, if I can type. Enter my password here. All right, and now we're going to go into this path here. So I'm going to go cd Docker Immich. All right, now we're in here. You can see it's an empty folder we just created. All right, and now we're going to get the Docker Compose file here. And I'll have this command down in the description, everything you need here. I'm going to go ahead and type sudo here, paste in our command. All right, it's in here. We can see if we do ls, we have our Docker Compose. And then we're also going to get one more file, the environment file. So we're going to go ahead and copy that and do the same thing, sudo command. All right, and now we're going to double check that it's there. All right, and now that we have our Docker Compose file, we're going to go ahead and sudo nano .env so we can configure our environment variables. So the upload location is going to be where your photos actually go. So you want to pick a location, whether that's your long-term storage like a hard drive, or if you want to keep this all on an SSD or the same drive that you have your Docker container on, you can enter that location as well. Just remember, this could get kind of large depending on the amount of photos and videos that you're having uploaded to it. All right, so my location is going to be mount. I'm going to put this onto my merger FS storage pool, just like that. We'll leave all of this default for now, and feel free to change the password down here if you'd like. So I did Control X there, and then I'm pressing Y, and then I'm just going to leave the name how it is. Enter. All right, and now we're just going to run sudo docker compose up -d, enter our password. We're going to let this pull and create the Docker containers and start them. Okay, and now that everything's up, we're going to go ahead and go to our search bar up here, and we're going to type in our local address for the machine that we're on. So you can do something like localhost, or I'm going to type it in because I'm remoting into the machine. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the address here. So it's this right here. And then the port is going to be 2283. So now we can see the setup page here. So we're going to go ahead and click getting started. We can go ahead and enter a little bit of personal information here. Go ahead and fill out all this information and click sign up, and I'll be right back. Okay, and now that we're through, we're going to go ahead and click on theme. I'm going to stick with the dark mode and not switch to light because I don't want to blind anybody. Next, language selection, English is good. Server privacy, so you can go ahead and turn off or on these options. I'm going to go ahead and leave everything default for now. Same thing here, we're just going to leave this as well. And we're also going to leave templates off. This is definitely something that's important to keep in mind as well. So ideally, you'll have multiple places that you're keeping your information stored. So having something that's not physically with you in one location is good. You don't want to have, say, only one server in one location with all of your data on it, because if something happens and there's a fire or a multiple drive failure or something like that, and all your data is lost, you have no way to recover it. If you have something that's in the cloud as well as something locally, that helps. I mean, that's the ideal scenario. Another thing you can do is having the images on your phone, and then also with redundant hard drives as well. That can be a great way to help with that situation. Or even if you can have, say, like your parents' house, a friend's house, to host a second Immich server or a backup server that you can just constantly, periodically back up your data to. And the next step we'll go to is the mobile app here. So you can go ahead and download mobile apps and put those on your phone so that you can go ahead and start uploading images to Immich. All right, and now we're in. So that's all that takes. I will say there is a Cloudflare video that I have where you can set up a Cloudflare tunnel so that you can access Immich from outside of your home network. Currently, you can only access it from inside of your network. But if you don't want to port forward 2283 and you want a secure way to access Immich without port forwarding, go ahead and watch my Cloudflare video. I'll have that linked in the description. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can go ahead and start uploading videos or pictures here. Don't mind this monstrosity. We'll go ahead and do this from a game of Gartic phone. So, but yeah, it's on here, and now you can access this from anywhere. And you can see down here we have how much storage space is used and how much total space I have on my server, on my storage pool. We can go to different places here. So maps, you can see where photos are located based on metadata sharing. You can share different albums and whatnot. We can go to the profile picture up here, administrator settings, account settings, tons of different things to change in here. You can search and turn on machine learning so that, like in your phone, if you look up people, it might be able to piece those together, or car, it might be able to piece those things together and find things through, if you have thousands of photos or something like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out the Cloudflare video. It's a great way to access it from remote locations, and it's a secure way as well. Have a good day.